Greetings. Welcome to another episode of Soul Talk, where we talk to our students and members of the community. Today is April 18th, 2024, still in North and South America. Over in the East, well, East past us, rather, it's different times, but that doesn't matter. But today is Thursday, where we talk to our students and members of the community. I'm your host, fastcart FC, and I'm joined by Jade. How are you doing, Jade?
I am doing well after rushing home so I could help you. But yeah.
Did you have an accident on the way home?
Oh, no, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah, just as long as you got home safely, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
How was your week, Brand?
It's been good. I mean, wow, yesterday, the 5th anniversary of Yacht Club, you were there, I was there. It seemed like everybody in the Star Citizen content creating community was there. It was amazing.
Almost everybody, yeah. We had like 300, almost 350 viewers or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a lot. And plenty of giveaways and stuff like that. So yeah, if you didn't attend, be sure to catch the VOD. Or I'm pretty sure Yacht Club had a VOD on it. Yeah. So yeah, that was fun. So what else has been going on this week? I'm behind on my TV shows because I had to be on Yacht Club yesterday. Wednesday is normally my TV show night, but that's okay. I'll catch up tomorrow night. I did see more Fallout, but I'm in the middle of the season, so still no spoilers about Fallout. I'm enjoying the season. I'm enjoying the series, but I never played the game, so it's a standalone piece of work for me. But I hear people who play the game have issues with the TV show. Have you played either the game or watched the TV show, Jade?
I have not.
You have not.
I have not. Unfortunately, no.
Is it on your list or no?
It's on my list. It's quite a long list. But yeah, it's on my list.
All right. So I don't know if people noticed, but you have a new profile picture.
Yeah, in the spirit of 323 and having a new character creator, I figured it's been a long time since I updated my profile picture too. So
Yeah. How old has it been? How old was
oh
you?
my gosh, it's been years. Anyway, we're not gonna go there. But yeah, it's been years. So anyway,
I'm just going to call it the more mature Jade. How about that?
right,
The more
exactly,
mature Jade.
exactly, the more mature Jade. So yeah, and yeah, hope you like it. Be nice,
Cool.
chat.
Definitely has come a long way, GG creator. Oh yeah, I forgot to change my name. I wanted to be the crazy uncle today. I'll do that later.
I suggest that you definitely do that.
I'll change my title to Crazy Uncle. I was going through my list. I finished everything, right? Cause not to be funny, but I was almost fixing stuff till the last minute. But I was like, I got everything right. I said, nope. Oh well. I'll fix everything by next week. What else is going on? I haven't been. I did a little bit of anime watching, but nothing really to write home about. But Captain Sure is fun. New Soul and I were on the after party on the captain table last Saturday, so check that out in the VOD. Stay tuned tomorrow for another flight of rhythm on the People's Radio 2100 UTC, 5 p.m. Eastern. I'm looking forward to that. I still gotta finish it. It should be fun because it's the April flights of rhythm, so you know what that means. The meme zone will return. That's always fun to do. Like Jade said before, a bunch of us from the Soul team are on Yacht Club for the 5th anniversary special. I still haven't recovered from that. How about you, Jade?
I haven't recovered from Xylo.
All right, tell people what happened.
So I was, we were all giving our stories of the Star Citizen community and our interaction within it, and so I had never been to a CitizenCon or a Bar Citizen, and long story short, Xylo offered me a ticket to CitizenCon and the gala. Unfortunately, I had already committed to something that has to do with my career, and it's also pretty big. And I'm really torn. I still haven't completely decided, but it's like a chance of a lifetime versus another chance of a lifetime sort of thing.
Well, you got to think
Um,
long term versus short term,
right,
right?
and then that's what I'm doing. Logically, it's still a game, right? Versus the rest of my life, right? So I
Jade,
have to weigh those
Jade,
two things.
Star Citizen is a way of life. What are you talking about?
It is a way of life, but it's also a way of life away from, hopefully. Well, anyway,
Yeah, but
yeah,
you need to have a real way of life in order to afford this way of life, right?
right, exactly. That's exactly it.
Yeah, I got
That
it.
too. Yeah.
Well, if you're not going, Jade, no, I'm kidding. I'm not going to do that. so let me do my thing before I get into more trouble. I got into so much trouble last night. Let me do my thing, and then we can get on with the show. Oh, let me. Well, no, that's a surprise. That's why I'm not showing my screen in Discord just yet because I have a surprise coming up. But yeah. So let me do my thing. Here we go. My name is Alice. I work for the Umbrella Corporation, the largest and most powerful commercial entity in the world, in the universe. I was head of security at a high-tech facility, the Hive, a giant underground laboratory developing experimental weaponry. But there was an incident. The virus escaped and everybody died. Trouble was, they didn't stay dead. Now I'm looking for a specific title for this one, if people can figure this out. I'm going to drag people down, see if they recognize it.
I know this one.
Oh, you do know this one. Let's see if anyone else knows.
Yep.
We're joined by Captain Serious Fun, Face to Face, and Cotton Face. Oh, she's the creator. Go and tell me what it is. Let us know.
Hey,
Yo,
Meg.
Meg, thank you for the raid of 40-something people. Thank you. Thank you for the raid. Okay,
dogs.
which one, though? Which one? Which Resident Evil?
Yeah, that's why I didn't answer, because that was my answer too, but I didn't know which one.
I know which one.
Which one?
Apocalypse.
There you go. That's the answer I was looking for. Yep,
Nice.
Resident Evil Apocalypse. That's from 2004, so this is the 20th anniversary. People have been sensing a theme. I've been doing 20th and 10th anniversaries so far, so yeah. 20th anniversary of Resident Evil Apocalypse. Don't you feel old? I think I've seen that one movie once. Say that again?
I say every day. I feel like.
Every day, yeah. I think I've seen that one. I think I've seen that movie once, back in the day. But I'm not really a Resident Evil person. Like I said, that's another game I never played. Anyone played Resident Evil, the video game?
Yeah, the first one.
How did that compare to the movies?
To be honest with you, it doesn't. I mean, besides what is in Raccoon City, and it's Umbrella Corporation, but other than the main characters, from what I remember from the first story, no.
No, all right, that's fair.
You I think you played as the either the male or the female. I believe that you
don't they switch between the two or something, or is that a different game?
I don't know. I'm not sure. It was fastcart. That game was on, I think, PS1. you know what I mean? That was.
So what you're saying is you have a memory like a steel trap.
I saw that game back in high school. That game came out back in high school.
Making us feel old. All right.
Lord.
Okay, well, let's get to our sneak peek, and this time I'm going to show it on screen. Now I'm going to share my screen in video, in Discord, I mean. So there, you see that, right? That is a sneak peek.
I love it.
What do people think that's from?
Oh,
this coming from Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was okay. I was going to say this coming Christmas. What is it? 12 days of Christmas. This is going to be the last one. 12 days. This is what we going to get? Another JPEG.
That's funny. long-term Luminalia. That's funny.
Yeah.
long-term limit audio. What, we're only like 8 months away.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say my guess is that this is a Mirai bike. That's
What's the
gonna get
name
dropped.
What's the name of the bike?
Oh, I don't know. I've heard different names.
Oh,
God.
Jade, it's your joke. It's your
Pulse.
joke.
Sorry.
What's the name of it?
Mariah
what?
I mean, Gravlev is pretty scary, so that's why I said that. I don't know the name of the bike. I try to stay away from the leak stuff as much as possible. But yeah, no, I know that there's been like rumors of a Mirai Gravlet bike. So yeah, I think it's the handlebar for that.
Well, this is a bit of a late April Fool's for me because this is not the actual sneak peek. This is actually came from our site Twitter account a couple of days ago, yesterday in fact. But yeah, so they were looking for if they can get 1,000 retweets by Friday, we'll show the handlebar, and that was the retweet of their tweet that they did. But this is the actual tweet, and this is the video. I'll play right here. And that's all it's showing. It's just showing a bunch of lights with the silhouette. And you know what? They made like 1K retweet in like a time because I retweeted like maybe 4 hours after the tweet went out, and I was number 734 or something like that. So it was like a time by the time they made it into 1K, and then they tweeted this out in response. So. They got a double sneak peek, I guess. So I'm looking forward. I'm liking the color scheme. I mean, obviously the red is more. What do you call it? It's backlit with the red, so I'm not sure. It's probably white, but yeah, the color scheme seems cool so far.
Rekka is faster.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so we're gonna get to the actual sneak peek now. I'm gonna show that, then I'm going to put this up and switch to the big screen. So it's a bird, it's a plane, it's that.
It's a bird plane.
Yeah, it's a bird plane. Okay. You know where that's from, Jade? Tell me you know where that's from.
Yeah, it's Bird Plane. The song Bird Plane.
Oh my God, folks!
You don't know Bird Plane?
It's a bird. It's a plane. It's a. Where's that line from?
I'm a bird. I'm a plane. I'm a bird. I'm a MF bird plane. That's what that's from.
Superman.
Thank you, Pop. Thank you.
Oh, okay. That's his Boston song. I'm sorry. All right.
I am face palming Jade so hard right now.
Well, you got to remember that thing. It was out before I think everybody here was born except me. So, way back in the 50s,
but I've heard of it at least.
Yeah. Probably from the newer movies.
Yeah. No, well, that's true. I guess not. But let's talk about the sneak peek here. So, what do people think?
I think it's coming for you, and you better run.
The thing that I kind of see, and again, thanks to Captain Serious Fun for being with us and show us the copium. Could you imagine these attacking you and the copium
Well,
at the same time?
I got news for you. I've met these. They are friendly. They're not something that attacks you. I felt like a little kid just chasing them around near.
You felt like you were in Jurassic Park.
yeah, because they make cute sounds, and they land and they walk around, and they're fun. They're called Marocs, by the way. The Maroc. Yeah,
that felt like a trap because I mean they may seem all cute and cuddly, but once you get up close.
I went up to see if I could feed it. I think I had a Buster bar, and I put it on the ground to see if it would do anything. It didn't.
What happened? Nothing.
Nothing. No.
Okay. Try double dog next time.
Yeah, I will.
I missed a little bit of the conversation, but how big are these?
They are. Wow, they're not bigger than you. Like they're not bigger than you. They're not bigger than a person, but they're not small either. They're sort of in between like a person size and like, bird you'd see in a tree
A
size.
swan,
Like a turkey.
bigger than
swan, like a swan.
bigger than a big dog, Jade.
If you count wingspan, yes.
Okay. Well, see, because like me and my dad was talking about this, or matter of fact, no, not my dad. I saw this on this idea on Facebook, on their Star Citizens page. Somebody said that, that hopefully maybe we get like a size, like the Avatar size ones, and they just start attacking ships. Like boy, I love it. So now you got to worry about not just other ships, but you got to worry about these things attacking you if you get into their territory.
Well, I think the object of that is to not get into the territory. That's the problem solved.
I'm saying, but it might be some valuables there, though, right?
It depends on how valuable.
But that's like Citizen Hers mentioning. It would be fun, especially if they're around an area where there's something valuable. Then you have an incentive to face them.
Because that's what I'm saying, Fast. Think about it. What are you going to sell on that Banu merchant, man? But these valuable treasures that we find on our excursions, right?
I'll be selling more stuff like for space parts, or maybe some FPS parts, but mostly spaceship parts. Unless they have some kind of valuable filament and muscle filament that can be used as wires or something like that because they're conductive or something. I don't know.
So you're going to basically be a Sanford and Son in space.
Lisbeth. It's the big one, Lisbeth.
Oh man, we are so dating ourselves right now. Anyway, let's get off of the show. But yes, that is the sneak peek from last Friday. It's a bird. It's not Superman, that's for sure. Okay, so there was no SCL last week. Okay, so no Star Citizen Live. There will be one tomorrow, but we'll get into that in a bit. But since there was no SCL last week, I thought I would show this. Did someone call for Jared? As you know, they put out a, I don't want to say, what do you call it, bounty, a request? Why do you want to say it? A request for people to submit pictures, submit character they look like Jared in the game, and I guess this person won. So congratulations to Hullmuncher 88. Jared responded. Oh, I gotta scroll down the right one. He said, well bleep. Well bleep. And then he said, send me the head and we'll do something terrible with it. So yeah, that is a pretty good Jared in my opinion.
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah,
Very
congratulations to the winner. I thought there were several good ones.
Well, this is the one. This is one that I noticed that he responded to. Maybe it's the first one. I'm not sure, but yeah.
That one is close to mine, but I didn't put glasses on mine, so yeah. But it's good.
Yeah,
yeah,
it is good.
All right.
Is Jared's hair like that in real life?
That's his haircut.
That's his hair.
Madam.
No, but I don't have that man's hair style memorized.
You see him every week on ISC and Thought Citizen Live almost.
I don't be like, oh, Jared's hair. You know, you have a Jerry curl.
You wanted to feel then. You wanted to feel it then.
Yeah,
you wanted to feel don't do that.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Not
Did
no.
people out there that do that?
more Brian Chambers or Eric Kyron Davis, but
okay.
yeah, quite a few. But yeah.
Well, the fastcart fan club people, they do that for fastcart, so you know.
Yeah, that's why I'm getting balls right here. See, I got this ball spot because Anyway, let's move on.
There's a period of time when people were tracking Jared's hair, but that was because he couldn't cut it till 3.0.
Oh, yeah.
He should have donated that beard to charity when he cut it off. Okay, but yeah, did someone call for Jared? That was a pretty good picture. So congratulations. Up next, okay. So Jade, you can just blow through, post all these at one time. I'm gonna just blow through these, but
Okay.
these were all updated in some way or another this week. I'm putting them up so in hope the people who are new players will become aware that these resources exist. And who knows, maybe some long time back will learn something too, or remember something that they might have forgotten. But they updated the creating the RSI account. I can't really compare and contrast with different in these. Update my RSI account. Protect your account with authenticator. This is important. I wonder what's different in this one, but yeah, make sure you get an authenticator. Make sure you have two-factor authenticator going on, because you buy chips, real money, so you might want to make sure your account is protected. So that's a good PSA. I can't log in. What should I do?
Your phone either.
That's true. I can't log in. What should I do? If you forgot your password, just log in with your RSI launcher. You receive a password change email, but when I did not change the password, possibly your account may have been compromised through the hack account guide and the follower stuck within. I have an authenticator problem, and my authenticator code is not included in the email I received, and Kaspa launcher port logins, and so on and so forth. So, excuse me. Like I said, some people may not have, authenticators. Some people may run into login problems. This is not just new player stuff, so anyone can have these issues. Bug report using the issue council. I think this is a very good thing to refer to, especially if you're bug testing, which is what we're doing in an alpha stage of the game. So to get stuff like how to go to issue council, situate issue, contribute to report a new issue, and frequently asked questions. So check those out. Yeah, so I mean, I was just skimming through these, but for any of you, anything I'm familiar with or might have just remembered about? I think not. Not with this group.
Now, did they say with the authenticator? I'm assuming can we use any or just I guess Google Authenticator?
I don't think you can use what's the name of it? Authy, AUTHY. Not the streamer, not the content creator, but there's an app called Authy. Yeah, some people may not. Hey, but some people listening may not, or watching may not. So yeah, I don't think you can use that. But yeah, basically.
Okay.
But I use Google myself. Actually, let's see. Here it is. Which authenticator is better? There you go. Oh, they do recommend authors. So don't talk about that.
See, let's look at you there, buddy.
So
you gotta make sure you give out the right information.
I sit corrected. All righty. I don't stand, so I
really
sit.
Cool parties. So
say it again.
Definitely. I said Authy throws really cool parties on her 890 jump. So.
Yeah, I only use Authy for my Twitch authenticator. I use both, but for some reason, Twitch recommended Authy, even though I have Google Authenticator. But oh well. But those are the ones they recommend. Alright, so up next you have, so I put it on this last week, on the RSI support page. They updated the minimum and recommended requirement. And PC Gamer took to try to report on it. I don't know if has anyone else read this article besides me?
Yeah, I read it.
Well, what were your impressions of it? Because I want to give mine before. What were your impressions of it?
Well, I mean, for me, the article is essentially a bare bones take on the posted new recommended and minimum requirements. But for me, what you want from PC Gamer is for them to test the requirements. Go in and say, our experience with the new minimums is this, or our experience with the recommended is this. This was very much them trying to say what the developers said. Well, we don't need you to tell us what the developers said. We can just go look and see what the developers say. What we need you to do is go, given that the developers said X, we went in and tested it and we found A, B, and C, right? That's, for me, gaming journalism. But I feel like this is an example of filler content that doesn't really move the project or people's knowledge of it forward.
Yeah, I
It's
got a
kind of
question for you.
harsh, but that's my hot space opinion.
Cap, I got a question for you. Did you read my note? Because you almost verbatim what I wanted to say. I was going to say something like, I don't know how they pulled it off, but it feels like they somehow went with a negative vibe when reporting on system requirements, even though they're just reporting on, what the support page say and what the community says. And, I'm not sure how an article can just copy and paste system specs from CIG's article and random tidbits of a subreddit, rather than go in for themselves, test the game, and report how the game will perform. I guess that's journalism today.
Well, it's certainly not investigative journalism. It is reporting, though.
It is reporting. It's not investigative
On a piece.
reporting. Okay, that's different.
Right. Well, reporting is I'll tell you what some institution or person said to me. I'm not sure we need any more of that, right? Yeah,
Honestly,
I'm here.
no, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Sorry. No, you go.
No, a reporter is like, hey, I'm standing in front of the White House. Let me tell you what White House officials told me. Well, great, thanks. We could have just heard from them. And I don't know if we need you to be a megaphone for that, right? Same thing here. I'm going to tell you what the developers told us already. I'm going to tell you what some folks on the subreddit might say, and therefore here's an article. No, you're a PC gamer, right? Go in, test it, tell us what you see and think, right? Give us a new perspective, give us something fresh, give us something insightful, give us something original. But anyway, I'm hostile on these gaming outlets anyway.
No,
So what you're saying-
I think that's a legit criticism. What were we going to say first?
I was gonna say, I'm trying to remember what's the term for like lazy journalism? Is it lazy journalism?
That is the term, I
Sound
believe.
like it. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure it was called something else. So that's basically what you're saying.
I don't really hate this article. I
don't hate it. I'm just disappointed with it, but go ahead.
I mean, well, I'm not even disappointed with it because, like, honestly, I stopped reading at the headline and the thing under the headline because it's really all you need to know, right? Minimum system requirements are more guidelines than actual rules. Duh. But if you didn't know that, now you know. And you still don't want to play this game with less than 32 gigabytes of RAM or a decent CPU. Like, what more do you need to read?
Not using SSD, but go ahead. Sorry.
Right. Oh, yeah. They should have mentioned SSD, definitely. But yeah, like beyond that, like it's all superfluous.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Well,
I guess I'm looking for more from PC Gamer than that. Digital Foundry would have tested something.
Oh, definitely. Digital Foundry's awesome.
Yeah, this came out 2 days ago. Like I said, last week I reported on a new article. So yeah, yeah, not much more I can say about it. What? Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, man. Like they should have more people like Digital Foundry. They made me into a believer. A Star Citizen. I mean, they did it with like a 2-hour piece on it back in the day as to why Star Citizen is doing the crowdfunding the way they're doing it.
Do me a favor, look on Digital Foundry's site and see if they anything more recent about Star Citizen. I mean, I'm just curious, but
I don't think so. No, they do because I have them on my feed, and the last thing I seen was like them testing some other games. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
They talk about it in their weekly show. Alex talks about it in their weekly show. And the other two guys, John and Rich, they ask him for updates. He talked a little bit about Citizen Con. He talked a little bit about server meshing. But they have not, to Fist's point, they have not done a long form piece like they did. They did a couple of long form pieces for Star Citizen. And I think Alex may just be waiting. He's still a big fan of the project. In fact, I think he's brought John over to being very interested in the project because it is doing so many unique and innovative things. But I think they're waiting for the next big step to lean back in. So hopefully this year.
Like 4.0, for instance.
Yeah, or the I mean 4.0 going to Pyro, I think, will be when they jump back in. I think they'll jump back in. That's just my uneducated reporter guess, though. That wasn't no investigative journalism.
No, don't be lazy. Don't do lazy reporting. All right, thanks for that. Yeah. So up next we have news about CitizenCon. This was posted April 12th, so last week, Friday. This is from Captain Xylo. So we already passed CitizenCon 2023 attendance and ticket, and it's only day 2. This is going to be epic. It's only day 2, and so you know. What?
Oh, I told you they'd surpass last year's numbers.
Yeah, I didn't expect to do it on day 2.
Right.
Not in 2 days, Jade. Come on now, that is exceptional. So yeah. I already attend. People who don't know, 3,000 people. What they reported last year. In Manchester in 2019, it was like 1,250, and in Austin in 2018, it was more like 1,800 to 1,750. So they've almost doubled. They probably shouldn't have doubled Austin numbers by now, I'm guessing. They haven't said anything about it, but yeah, I mean, if it took 2 days to reach 3,000, they must have reached 3,500 by now at least. But you know, until they give us real numbers, that's all I guess. But yeah, what do people thought? They've already surpassed 3,000 people on day 2 of ticket sales.
Listen, I'm like I told on Astropub. I'm waiting for them gala tickets to go on sales. And I'm going to say this. Hold on to your butts.
Okay, Sam. Fist,
some of us are waiting on gala tickets. Some of us Xylo rolls up and goes, "Here you go." No,
Seriously though, serious fun. I wish I could clone myself. I even have a gown for it. I wish I could clone myself.
I don't know, Jade. The world is not ready for 2 Jades.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, what if it was like evil Jade? Then
the world is definitely not ready for evil Jade. Oh my God,
we don't need evil Jade. No,
exactly.
That's an evil genius. Quick. No way.
Real quick, Face. I think this article. What is the date on it? If you know, the Digital Foundry clip.
Oh, sorry. Wow, that was what, like 5 months ago, was it?
5 months ago. Okay. I'm gonna copy this and put it in chat. Oops. That's not what I meant to do. I didn't mean to left click. I meant to right click.
Yeah, last week.
Pause. Thank you.
Yeah.
Stop. Anyway. That is the link for the Digital Foundry thing.
So that's going in the bloopers clips.
You're a professional streamer. Okay, thank you for that, Fist. Appreciate it.
Not a problem.
Oh, but yeah.
They have more.
Anyway.
They have more than that, though.
They have more. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, that is the digital. I'm sorry, that is the talk about the CitizenCon attendant. This was refreshed. Well, I can refresh now, in fact, I guess. But you know, I don't know when they stopped selling premium ticket, but they're no longer selling premium ticket. They're still selling normal access ticket, $100 difference, and we went over the differences last week. Now, these went on sale Thursday for the subscribers and concierge, and Friday for everybody else. Excuse me, last week. Now, I had some times and stuff like that, but these are not official. These are not from CIG. Some people reported they sold out for premium in like 5 seconds. Other people like me have different times, but this is not official. This is what me looking at my clock on my phone and typing in what I saw. This is me This is investigative journalism. How about that?
Nice,
Well, for wave one, I shouldn't do that. For wave one, it took about 35 seconds for the premium ticket to sell out on wave one. At least when I was looking at my clock and hitting refresh. But it didn't immediately sell out, but it's pretty quick. And then for wave one, it took about 85 seconds for the normal ticket to sell out. Probably less. I wasn't really on the F5 game after the premium tickets sold out, but that's when I noticed. For wave two, it was even quicker. 20 seconds for the premium ticket to sell out, and like a minute and 40 seconds for the normal ticket to sell out. But I noticed some discrepancy in that wave, because the normal tickets went on sale first, and then like I refreshed, and then the premium tickets were on sale, because on the first refresh, the premium tickets were not available until I hit refresh for a second time. So it took 20 seconds for it to fill out, but they were probably only up for like 10 seconds. But it might have been because a lot of people had their previous premium tickets from the first wave in their cart. So maybe that's why they didn't show up. I think someone just manually was switching them on and off. That's how it feels. That's how it seems to me. But yeah. So like I said, 20 seconds for the premium ticket for wave two, and a minute and 40 for normal tickets in wave two. This is all on Thursdays for the concierge and subscribers. Then in wave three, which is like 4 a.m. my time, I was more precise. On the premium ticket side, 8 seconds after the top of the hour until 17 seconds past top of the hour, the premium tickets were on sale. So it was like 9 seconds, and between, like I said, at the top of the hour, the normal tickets went on sale, but it took like 8 seconds for the premium tickets to go on sale. So yeah. But then the normal access tickets were still available after 10 minutes, so I stopped keeping track after that. But they were sold out by the time the next wave hit. Then the first wave of Friday, which is when everyone could access it. Premium access tickets sold out after 2 hours, so they stayed up for a longer time. And normal access was still available until wave two. So, and then I think they were for wave three. I didn't really report because they were both pretty. I think they were still active until wave three. Now, what do people think about that? How fast they sold out versus? I mean, it took them. I don't know. Well, I can't say because they were selling tickets until the day of CitizenCon last year. So it took them 4 months to get 3,000 tickets, and they did it in 2 days, a day and a half, really.
Right.
What do people think?
Well, my thoughts as far as the premium tickets versus the CitizenCon Act, obviously this year the premium ticket doesn't include the after party.
Right.
So my thing is, I hope for Cap and those that are going, that the premium ticket, gives y'all something to really justify that extra $100. For y'all experience. You know what I mean? Just because after like last year, the after party was cool and everything like that. That justified the extra $100 for me. But since you got to pay extra now for the gala tickets, I just hope that there's something that that they really give y'all to make y'all feel premium-ish. You know what I mean? That's my thoughts on that.
Okay.
My thoughts is.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna make a bad joke. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Make a bad joke.
No.
I did change my name. Only people can notice down below me, but I did change my name so people can see. But go ahead, Pops.
No, I just from going, the previous one, I see the momentum picking up, which is a good thing, and I'm happy to see that. The only other thing I am kind of hoping that doesn't happen, I hope these ticket prices don't keep raising up each year at this pace. But
that's a good question, Pops. I mean,
That's a tough one though, because as they grow,
I mean,
yeah,
I would think normal ticket would go up to 300 and premium tickets would go up to 400. But past that, I think there would stay as those. That's my guess. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
Now,
mind
I do
paying. I wouldn't mind paying 400 for premium, but that's me.
Now I do
yeah, I
have a
would.
question.
Yeah. Good. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna ask FC and his experience with like what is it? What's the other game that was? Was it BlizzCon?
BlizzCon. I was wondering about that. Yeah.
I don't. I think you mentioned last time the price of their tickets. So
Yeah, they were comparable. I think BlizzCon was more expensive, but they're more established.
Okay.
Yeah, they're more established.
Yeah. Do you think we'll see that?
Yeah.
Do I think what?
We'll ever get to that level? You think Star Citizen will ever get to that level?
Eventually it may, but I mean, I'll be afraid for the community. I'm not afraid. Afraid is the wrong word. I like the way the community is now, but I'll have to see what happens to the community as it grows, because you know
that's a tough thing. Yeah, I know.
This is one of the least toxic communities that I've ever been a part of. But you know, as we get closer to launch, and you know, the masses start coming in.
Right.
I don't know how that's going to change the community. Hopefully, it won't be as bad as I fear. But go ahead.
That is a legitimate fear, though. That's a legitimate fear. Not to derail too much, talking about, but that is a legitimate fear. I agree with you. I've always looked at that because those voices start to become the majority.
No, they're still a minority. They're just louder, more vocal.
No, I get you. I get you.
And I'm going to ban that. Thank you very much. Ban. Let me see if I can hit the thing real quick. Where's Chris and I when I need him? Because I'm having trouble clicking on this thing.
Oh, somebody's okay.
Yeah, bot got in here. Let me just type it. That'll be easier.
There you go. No pressure. Okay.
No, okay. Okay. So yes, CitizenCon. What else I wanted to say? Oh yeah. So Griffin talked about this on Saturday, but you know we haven't had our own conversation about it. Plus, we got people in chat who may not have been here on Saturday. What are your guesses for the gala tickets? Because let me give information before people give their guess. You know what they said is it's extremely limited ticket. And you have special guests. I should have the backup so I can get the exact wording, but they had the special guest, and you know it's more of a, you know, it's more like a gala. It's more like, would you say, a ball or whatnot? But you know, fancy, put it that way. But you know, so what do people think the prices for the gala would be for one person?
It's free for me.
Okay, Jade. Oh my God. Okay.
Let him know, Jade.
Dang.
No, but seriously, I think Yo-Yo Meg has it. I think it's going to be like around $300, maybe $300 to $400, like $350.
I'm gonna say $5,000.
I feel, yeah, that's what I was gonna say too. I feel like the language that they use is where they're trying to prep people for a steeper price than even the premium tickets. So I feel like exclusive and it's going to be somewhere between $500 and $1,000.
That
I wouldn't be surprised if
special guests is that.
I wouldn't be surprised if like 800.
Yeah, that's what makes me go whoa, because that's why I'm sitting there looking at it like those gala tickets. Oh boy, yeah.
I got a feeling it's going to be between $500 and $750.
$750. Yeah, we're getting a bunch of numbers in chat. Some people saying 300 from Meg. Envoy says 500. Yo-Yo Meg says she changed it from 300 to 450. It cracked and says, if you have an $8.90 in your hangers, entry should be free. I gotta get an $8.90 in my hangers in. Yeah, so I mean,
they may even make you dress up.
That's
Might
true.
even
'Cause
do that.
that'd be an extra expense. I got to rent a tux. How much is it? How much is a tux rental these days? I don't even know anymore.
Ooh.
Maybe two.
I just got a
for an
picture in
evening?
my head of FC in a sky blue tux.
Oh no,
Mm.
no,
Mm.
no! With the frillies, with the frills.
Yeah,
Oh god!
yeah.
And the Prince cuffs. Oh god!
Uh-huh.
No.
Yeah.
You guys are you
Yeah.
guys are missing the most important point.
Mm.
I'll be having goldfish in my platform shoes.
Okay.
Oh.
There you go.
Oh boy!
Mm.
All right. Oh lord!
Let them know. That's what I'm
Let
talking
him
about.
know. All
Yeah,
right.
Yo Meg in chat said that they've already said that it's not required.
It's
But-
not required. Yeah, it's not
I know
required. But
if I'm going to something called a gala, I'm gonna look right. Sorry.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I'm not gonna recommend this, but some of us are just gonna be outside the gala and just hanging out because we just couldn't afford to get in. It's looking in through the glass door and say, "Hey, what's up? What's going on in there? What's up?" That might be me if I were going, but I'm not going. My guess is 250 to 350, but only because if I was going, which I'm not, I would want to be able to afford to go. That would be my guess, 250 to 350, because I would want to go if I was going.
You know what I would like to see, and I hope they do it. Some types of giveaway, or even if they could do this, if they would put maybe 1 or 2 tickets in the game, and if you find them, you get to go.
Oh,
like
like the
that.
F8 Lightning thing.
Yeah, kind of like that, but maybe not.
The only
not
problem
where you
with
have
that is that
where you
there's
have
some
to
people
battle.
who may not be able to get in. People will have hurt feelings because certain bugs.
Well, people gonna have hurt feelings no matter what, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
What you do.
no, but I have a specific example. Like, what if you get your hand on whatever the required item is, and then right after you have it in your inventory, there's a 30K.
Oh my goodness.
Well, we got the
I wasn't trying to
replication
make
layer split now, so we're good.
Right. Just wait for server recovery. You good?
But for some unforeseen circumstance, it didn't work. That's what I'm saying.
What I like
I
about
wouldn't
Pop's
wanna-
idea is the F8 required you to then go on and buy something, where this would be just them giving you something.
Right, just give it just a pure gift. Like I said, the ticket could be sitting on top of a mountain, one of the mountains, or and the other one's in a cave,
Lacopians.
something. Yeah, right. And
Copian drop.
right.
Copian drop.
If
Your
you
ticket
get
falls
past
out.
them, you can have the ticket.
Kragan says, hit the record button as soon as you loot it. Yeah, there you go. That's using your thinking right there. There you go. All right. So yes, I think we've had enough of that. But yeah, tickets sold out pretty quickly. Not as quickly as I remember it from last year, but quite a few more tickets were available. So that's probably why. Because I'm pretty sure CID had a specific number in mind when it came to LA Convention Center and how many they wanted to sell. I don't know if 3,000 was the ballpark number, maybe with 3,500 or I don't know. But to get that many in less than 2 days is amazing, though. So happy to people who got it, happy to people who are going. All right then. Up next we have This Week on Star Citizen. To talk about the Overdrive Initiative, talk about Mission 5, talk about the RSI US 2.0 launch, we'll get to that in a moment, and we'll get to all that in a moment. So yeah. What's coming up this week, we'll have the Galactapedia update, we'll get to that moment. In fact, Jade, if you want to queue up the Galactapedia stuff, go ahead. I'm going to have you read that in a bit.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Wednesday, deliver the roadmap roundup. Thursday at ISC, we'll get that at the end of the show. And Star Citizen Live is rescheduled from a couple of weeks ago to have Chad McKinney, and you saved the question from 2 weeks ago, and you set them on with the Dev Live 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern, and 3 p.m. UTC on twitch.tv/Star Citizen. And then you got the not truncated, but abbreviated list right there. And then at the bottom, you have the top images from the community hub. And I'm not even sure where that picture is from. Oh, that's gotta be someone created. Okay, someone created a picture. Okay, for a moment I thought it was in game. No, that's a real life picture someone created. So that's pretty cool. Okay, that's a 3D model. Okay, all right. The F8. Oh, that's a what? Watercolor? Of the
and
reclaimer?
it's in Ninetales colors.
Ninetales colors. Okay.
Yep.
Congratulations to the people who got featured. Okay, cool. What is that? The saber?
No, that's Arrow.
Arrow.
Yeah.
Arrow.
I love
Okay,
it.
yeah.
I love it.
You can tell I'm a big fan of fighters. Okay. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
You should be though, because they're going to be protecting your bounty merchant, man.
All right. Maybe I'll be more interested when a bounty merchant comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but pretty cool. Congratulations to the top images from Community Hub. And then you got the MVP for this week, Hullmuncher from Ferrister. And I'm going to leave the title alone. Jump into the life of a salvager in this incredible 4K cinematic fan trailer. Check out Hullmuncher from Ferrister on the Community Hub. And we'll get to that at the end of the episode, full talk. So yeah, check out the Community Hub post, upvote it if you like it. And we'll get to that at the end. So we have a while for that. All right. Up next, we have Roundup, Roadmap Roundup for April 17th, 2024. Let me scroll up a bit. Oh, yeah, that's why I did that. I want to get to the stuff that they took out at the end, the rest of the stuff that they'll keep in for now. So the stuff they're keeping in is the following has been added to release view, targeting 323 release. Broken graphics API support, water simulation and rendering, that's what the IST is about. The following implements have been passed the final review for 323, therefore toggling from status to committed from tentative. Mobiglass rework, FPS loop screen, FPS map screen, map system, visor and lens HUD rework, player interaction, EPTU, star map rework, master mode, emasculation mode, new message creature hunting, fauna copian, fauna morak, Arena Commander engineering and middle mode. That'll be fun to test out. Arena Commander Grab Royale, Arena Commander custom lobbies, Arena Commander new flight map, Miner's Lament. Okay, that Miner's Lament is a racing and part of master mode test. So there's that. So before we get to the stuff that they took out, any thoughts about what the stuff that they kept in?
Yeah. I think that it's really great that they left master modes. Sorry. I had to do that. I had to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You're not the only one that's got jokes.
No, but I mean, this is a lot of stuff that they are keeping in, and I don't get the complaints people are making that they've got it 323. There's nothing to be done in 323 when it comes out. You can look at this list, and this is only a partial list. This is what they committed. There's a whole lot of stuff left in there. So, I mean, the FPS map and loot screen and the Mobiglass rework and the star map rework by itself would be worth a patch in my opinion. In my opinion, I don't know about what other people think about that. Yes, no, maybe. Yeah,
I mean, before we got some of this stuff that's now being glossed over. Some of these items were items we were hoping for in a single patch, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so Star Map rework, I'm enjoying it. I'm learning it. The EVA movement is elegant, although and I think Jade retains this position as well. I want to see ability to switch between Superman mode and upright mode.
Yes.
But I love the fluidity as you turn in EVA in EVA Tier 2. Getting fauna in the game, all this stuff. If we had gotten them in a single quarterly patch, we would have been losing our minds.
Right.
So, this is a big deal. Even though other stuff that's also a big deal has been moved, they're staying in the 3.23 branch. But this is good stuff, and for me, there's something for everyone here, right? There's Grav Royale. In Arena Commander, there's people, if they want to go in and check out engineering, which I highly recommend people do, and give their feedback as an experimental mode. Fauna, there's going to be hunting missions. There's a lot here for everybody in terms of quality of life, UI, and new experiences. So I remain super excited about what's been committed.
Cool. Thank you for that. I'm having an argument in Twitch chat real quick. Anyway, so let's get to the part that they took out. So notable changes for April 17, 2024. Part of the review process, we concluded that the quality of cargo features that we're targeting from launch of Alpha 323 are not yet at the stage at where we need them to be for a release to live servers. Fully elevators and instant hangers, in particular, are technologically complex features that will require a bit more work before we get more comfortable fully integrating them into the game. The additional time allows the team to test for additional edge cases and further refinement, which is especially important for features as impactful as these. However, we're not currently planning the system back for a full patch cycle. The features will remain in the 323 column and release view, but we're not targeting a 323X release. So they're not gone completely, or they're not gone. You not have to wait for them till 4.0 or 324, whichever comes first. It'll be a 323.x release. So here we go. Item bank, personal and instant hangers, new missions, cargo hauling, and freight elevators. So the internet blew up when this came out. What do y'all think?
I don't think it was the whole internet. A tiny, tiny sliver of the internet.
A vocal minority.
Right. So this is my address to the Star Citizen community that's upset about this. We all know how, reliable elevators are in this game. Now imagine that your stuff has to come up one along with your ship. Wouldn't you rather they spend the extra time to make sure they get that right and it's reliable and you don't have to worry about it and you get it in a 323.x patch and it pushed out now and then it goes to live and people are like, I can't get my ship. I'm not logging in again until whenever. So that's just my take on it.
Well, I'll jump in after that. We talked about this as a question from Astropub, right? FC and Cap. That will we see these things in 3.23 or will we see them later as in an extended release? And that's what I thought was what was going to happen, because it just seemed like things weren't quite there yet, and it would be a smarter move to say, okay, let's shift these things back so we can at least, because you have Invictus coming up,
right?
And I'm quite sure, like we talked about, will this be ready for Invictus? So again, going back to that question, that's the reason why I kind of looked at it and said I think 323 could come out with Invictus, but not with everything that we saw.
No, I mean, people who are trying to experience Star Citizen for the first time, especially during free flight, they'll miss out. But at least they'll have a hopefully a smoother experience rather than having a buggy experience because you left these pieces out.
The main thing that Cap said though to the point was that character creator is gameplay within itself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you spending 2 to 3 hours just in character creator.
Dude, more than that
You know
for
what
me.
I mean? There you go. So
Yeah.
you got to figure that's going to, draw that attention, and folks are going to be looking at it like, man, okay, wow, I can do this, and this, and save my presets, and then go back and then say, okay, well, the other stuff that's not there, they'll be like, oh, okay, all right, well, then, the cargo and all the other stuff that we know is coming, then maybe they'll stick around for it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe for me, I just don't get how people can focus on these 4 things that are missing when you have 20, not plus including these, not just these, but character creator and other stuff that I mentioned in previous roadmap roundups. How do I think the sky is falling? Because I mean, yes, I missed my hanger. Yes, I would like to have my hanger back, but I want it working. I want it working, not be buggy. I don't want it working, and I don't want it to have it, and because I don't know if people can remember the last few patches when we actually had the hangers in the game. They were buggy as hell. Like,
right.
The ship was falling in, damaged. We couldn't even get into the ship sometime. And whatnot.
I remember that. I remember that.
Right. So do you want to return to that, or do you want to have it working when it comes back?
Like this, though, FC. Let's sum it all up to the mindset or psychology of it. Like we said, it's the rich girl daddy of Willy Wonka. I want the golden goose now.
Yeah, but instead of getting a golden goose, you'll get I don't know, the appropriate thing. It'll be like an ugly ducking. That's not even the right word. I don't know.
But unfortunately, that's the mentality, right?
Yeah.
But the main thing is I'm glad that CIG is not, like we just talked about earlier, are not listening to that noise.
Yeah, all I can say is for the vocal minority, don't look at it from a glass half empty. Look at it from a glass half full point of view. So that's all I can say.
I'm gonna throw a little audio thing on them. What they need to do is go on ahead, get you some Isotope RX and clean up all of that, the clips and all of that other nonsense.
If you know, you know.
All right. So yes, that is that's the Comlink version of the roadmap roundup. Didn't have the Spectrum version, but there were no additional depth notes in this week's roadmap roundup. So we go on to Overdrive Initiative, Mission 5, current mission, Overdrive Initiative bonus. CDF need as many pilots as possible to defeat increasingly deadly general threat incursion. Learn more at the Overdrive Initiative referral page. We'll get that in a moment. But Mission 5, Overdrive Initiative supply request. Zero threat must be on to us. Shutting down all operations and communicate from instancing. The CDF wants you to help call their bluff. Resupply at a jump point station and stay prepared for an imminent attack. Open your memory glass to accept the Overdrive Initiative supply request mission to get started. And then you have the action mission, so you can go back and finish the previous one. Excuse me, sorry about that. You got the mission 1, intel raid, mission 2, priority target, mission 3, general threat incursion, mission 4, general threat and surveillance, and this one is called supply request. And I hear a lot of good things about the mission 4. I'm not going to open it because I don't want to spoil it. But mission 4 seems to be where most of the fun is, I guess. Would people agree?
I don't know. I think the initial. Oh, go ahead, Captain.
No, go ahead.
I think the initial bunker missions were fun too. But I guess it just depends on what you want to do. If you've got a group, I mean, you really have to have a group for the 4th mission. It's that intense. But yeah, I think those are the 2 most fun ones for me.
I was going to say the same thing. I enjoyed the first one, but we did it as a group, and we thought it was kind of light for group work. And then felt like CIG was listening to us through the chat, because then we got mission 4, the end of mission 4, and they said, "Oh, you thought it was light work for the group work? Then you don't have to worry about that now." So, both mission 1 and 4 were the best for me.
I think the proper term is they said, "Hold my beer." Is that what they did?
Oh, my smolts, yeah.
No, okay. We got a couple of questions. I'm going to address these because we're not typical Soul Citizens on Sundays, so, but these are probably more relevant to as we go along. And some about to ask, will be giving away a 2 for BMM. No, I'm not going to give away my BMM. I'm going to mark that complete, and I'm just going to reject that one. But no. Qui-Gon asked, what are your thoughts if you don't have mission staying around through our server recovery in 323? 30K never let us keep the mission anyway. So it's not like we're losing anything. It's just not getting a cool added feature on the recovery once they get it worked out. So I'm going to copy and paste that so people can address it. This is from Qui-Gon. Copy.
Well, let me say this. People keep asking at fastcart if he's going to give away his BMM, but you don't want him to give away his BMM. You want to be 5-6 years down the line and go visit fastcart in his BMM, and it's this legendary location, right? That does these cool things. You know, it holds forth, and it's been where it is for years. And people go, well, you know, you can only get that over at fastcarts, you know,
Right.
And you will have been down with that since the beginning. So we want to see that in game.
I like that, Cap, because like we talked about earlier, that Sanford and Sons thing. So when ships cross that collision box, that audio collision box, they hear that music. Boom.
Hey, Griff, I'm not the one who's getting the copyright strike for the music on this one, okay? That's all. No, I'm kidding. No, but yeah, Qui-Gon. People are Asian pasta. So yeah, what are your thoughts on? Don't do that thing. Okay, I'm clicking the wrong thing again. Sorry. What are your thoughts on if you don't have missions staying around for the server recovery in 323? 30K never let us keep the missions anyway. So yeah, y'all have any thoughts about that?
Repeat that question again.
What are your thoughts on if we don't have missions staying around through a server recovery in 323? 30K never let us keep the missions anyway, so it's not like we're losing anything, just not getting a cool added feature of the recovery once they get it worked out. So whenever there's a 30K, we lose the mission,
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what do you think? If there's a server recovery that allows us to keep the mission.
I mean, that would be cool. How would that work in the future? I'm assuming like let's say, you know, the game is at Star Citizen 1.0 and you lose you have a personal 30K, I would assume you just pop right back into the firefight.
Yeah, like, and have persistence. Like, I don't remember what you were on.
Agreed.
When you log out, you lose the mission, do you?
I don't know. I believe so.
When you log out, you lose the mission. But if you crash the desktop, quite often you don't. And to address the question, I agree with the premise of the question. We're not losing anything by losing the mission after server recovery, because with the 30K, you lose that mission anyway. You'd have to go on to another server. So I agree. It'd be nice to have it. And I'm sure, well, definitely working on, you know, giving us that functionality. But for now, just being able to recover, you know, and not have that 30K, I think that's a big thing. I think it's the big feature that nobody really talks about in 323, but it's core tech, and that's what's going to make the game, you know, closer to release, is getting all the core tech done.
Cool. Thank you for that. This is still part of the Overdrive Initiative. This is a summary, not a summary, but, you know, the copy of what they said Mission 5 is. This is on the Overdrive Initiative fact. Mission 5 is the last phase before the final Xenothat assault. The CDF needed many pilots to defeat the increasingly deadly Jennifer incursion. So yes. And then after that, we have the Overdrive Initiative referral bonus. Get a P52 modem for free. So tackle the final phase of Overdrive Initiative in style with the latest referral bonus. Everything to bring a new everyone who brings a new pilot into the verse by May 2nd at 1400 UTC will get a P52 modem for free, along with the usual referral reward. Just make sure your friend uses your referral code when they create their account. And they can then go on to have the fact about what the referral bonus is. So it'll be a LTI P52 that you can upgrade. You know, so you're saving, how much is a P52? $30? So you were saving.
I mean, LTI has infinite value.
No, but I'm just saying, like, the CCU value, that's what I meant, the CCU value.
Okay.
So you were saving $30 on a CCU upgrade to a different ship. Unless you want to keep the P52, because you might. I mean, it's quite handy for racing. I would go for the P72 though for racing though, but that's me. All right. So up next we have the Squadron 42 monthly report, March 2024. Got the AI content. March the improvements were made to interactivity about the Javelin Gauntlet by introducing dynamic conversation, greetings, and I'm busy dialogue for NPCs. AI features that had Martial AI feature team continuing to iterate and polish features for specific level scenarios. AI tech fixed bugs and made small improvements to NPCs using elevators and using trolleys to move boxes. Animation, last month the team worked the animation to design and work at multiple story scenes and a background element, including life aboard this core ship and on various space stations, and then you have so on and so forth, like graphics, VFX programming, and narrative, tech design, UI, and VFX. And I'll see you next month. So yeah, normally we typically skip over Squadron 42, but yeah, I decided to go over a little bit of what we've gone this month. Anyone have any thoughts about it?
Yeah, fast.
I love the. Oh, go ahead, Pops.
Pop first and Cap.
Okay. Can you scroll back up to the very top to the third paragraph? It says the bed and mattress.
You're going to talk about exactly what I was going to talk about, the bed bunks animations.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. No, I was just going to say I thought that was pretty interesting. I know it's a little thing, but to see.
Let me interrupt real quick. And Rabo, thank you for the subscription for 3 months. Appreciate it. Thank you, Rabo. But let me read what it says real quick. So the bed mattress was rigged for deep formation, enabling realistic movement when NPCs sit or sleep on it, adding additional layer of detail to the environment. Is that what you're referring to, or is there more to having?
No, that's it. Exactly.
Okay.
I thought that was very interesting to take that that detail and put that in the game to see the mattress move with the skeletal mesh. You know, it's a bit of a emergent, you know, to see that happen. And I think it mentions other activity of them in the bed, reading and doing other things like that. But I thought
that next paragraph was what I was going to talk about. Bed bunk animations for NPCs, sitting, reading, watching TV, sleeping. That's going to be exciting if you come back in Squadron 42 to where your bunk is and you see the NPCs around you doing all of those different things. It makes it very much alive. That looks very interesting to me.
I got a scenario for you though. So how you gonna react when you get back to your bunk, right? And there's an NPC up in it, a big one. You know what I'm saying? Big Billy, Big Buff, whatever. He said, "This is my bunk now, Paul."
Trying to dictate terms.
I will reenact the scene from Stir Crazy.
There you go.
I will reenact the scene from Full Metal Jacket. So.
Oh my God! Oh God!
Oh, you beat him with the soap.
I'll take both of them. We are absolutely not sharing.
And these are both old ass movies that young people may not know what we're referring to. Jay, do you have any idea what we talk about now?
Not a clue.
I should say soap in a sock.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna say you act crazy, you get the upper hand.
But you know what? Like when you were talking about this, I was just thinking of that tour that they give of the Javelin during Invictus, and they talk about hot bunking. And the guy, you just said socks, and they I think talked about some guy that had smelly socks. So like,
socks, yep.
you might actually come back in Squadron 42, and somebody didn't get up, for their shift, and yeah, they are in your bunk because hot bunking. So.
And I'm just imagining you come back from a mission, you're hot and sweaty from a good workout in your cockpit. You want to take a shower. You get to your room, and then only to discover there's a sock on the door.
Oh,
you can't go in. You can't go in.
I don't know if they're gonna have that in the game.
All right. All right.
Oh my goodness. Well. Oh goodness. Oh,
that's realism for you.
Initiated.
Well, yeah, you have to stay on. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Oh, Yo-Yo Meg. Are you serious, Yo-Yo Meg? No, okay, she put the smiley face on there. Okay, I was just making sure. I was about to say. All right. Up next, we
have one. Oh, I did have a. Okay. No, I did have a question. I just wanted. I notice. It says 5. Let me make sure I'm. Chapters, I believe.
Talk about in this article.
I think so. Somewhere in here where it mentions. Where one of the other things is that they mention.
Oh, chapter 5.
You're right. And I think before that, it mentions the NPCs moving through hallways, and they wanted to make sure it is polished, not to get in your way. Because I know in what's that the game Cyberpunk, I know they had a lot of problems, issues in that game when NPCs would get in your way, especially and it says critical points, because if you need to get into a doorway and an NPC is in your way, it just ruins the whole thing. You may have to log out and come back in. The hope is clear. So I thought that was pretty interesting. But is it 5 chapters? Anybody know how many chapters are in Squadron 42 officially?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I know
there were 7, but don't quote me on that because I don't know. But I thought there were more than 5, but I don't know. I actually
there used to
could
be
look.
a lot more.
Yeah, no, I can check.
Like a full-on game, but it's like, yeah.
Yeah, I could check the progress tracker.
Okay, put it this way: within each chapter, there's probably some missions. So even though we may have a number of chapters, there's so many missions within those chapters. I think.
Yeah.
42 chapters.
5 years ago. Yeah, 5 years ago there were 28 chapters.
Wow, I didn't. Whoa, okay.
I don't know if that's now.
Yeah.
I doubt that would change.
Yeah.
Or maybe if it had changed, it'd only be like 1 or 2 chapters. But yeah, I don't think that's. I doubt that would change in 5 years. Jade, I have to ask you. You know what the sock on the door means, right?
Why are you gonna put me on the spot like that? No, I don't. I knew you were gonna do it too. Like,
yes or no? I would tell you after the stream. Yes or no?
I don't think it started Soul Citizens After Dark thing. So.
Okay. I'll tell you later. All
right, thank you.
All right. Up next we have Star Citizen Alpha 323 EP2. I'm not gonna read the number. Patch note. This came out. All right. 3 hours ago? Yeah, this just came out, just released. So there's a patch release today. This is open to audience wave 2. So it's past wave 1. Replication enabler is enabled, server recovery is disabled, and you have starting AUC of 15 million, which is normal. They wanted to make a note. This patch does not contain all of the intended features, which will be added iteratively to the note as they become available. Additionally, some features may be implemented in a partial state and such are not ready for testing. When those features reach playable state, they'll be detailed in the notes and added to testing focus. Please issue counsel all issues related to those testing and focus and general gameplay. So testing focus. Excuse me, sorry about that. Will be enabled in various phases tonight and Friday on the EPTU while they test compatibility and performance. They want to focus on stability, performance, and bug fixing, master and operator modes, vehicles and combat experience, broken renderer off by default in graphics settings, so you want you to turn it on and see how it works. See how it works for you, put it that way. Sorry about that. Full character customizer revamp, mobiGlass rework, star map, interior map, mini map, distribution centers, EPTU, the electric boogaloo. I'm always going to do that, sorry. New loot screen, new visor, lens, full FPS, combat refactor, dynamic crosshair, backpack reloading, ammo refueling, physical shopping UI, and new arena commander features, engineering game mode, grab royale, new racetrack, and new Paris Form final wave. They have quite a few known issues. Crash recovery will remove all current missions, so yes. Features and gameplay, they got the AI, added more variety to the outlaw NPC loadout. So, yeah, and then I will be as monotonous, I guess. More variety, basically. Gameplay, water VFX, wake improvement. We covered this last week where I shared a video that was on Reddit of someone dropping an A2 bomb on Reddit and the water effect that happened. I'm guessing they retweaked that. That's what they said they were going to do last week. Added control of the wake width based on bounding box of the ship. Added sprint offset to VFX effect to trigger. Master mode full-time balance path. Added G-safe on and off keybinds, so you get those back, I guess. mobiGlass interior map and mobiGlass and interior map polished path. Increased ammo for Vandal weapons. Increased bullet velocity for Vandal cannon. Stripping vehicle master mode balance. Master mode balance made adjustment to Cutlass Black, Cutlass Blue, Cutlass Red, Cutlass Steel to match the fight archetype attribution changes to the stat. Cortex made further service performance optimization, made further client performance optimization, Earth and Ocean performance optimization, and quite a few bug fixes. And then technical, they got 5 client crashes. They fixed 5 client crashes, fixed 5 server crashes, fixed 2 broken Pacific client crashes, and fixed a client deadlock. So that's all good. They have a Arena Commander 3.323 note. So you can take those out. Those are mostly for the engineering gameplay. So yeah, thoughts.
Not much thoughts, really.
Well, okay, no problem. I'm replying to Simpati real quick. All right. So yeah, if you don't have any thoughts, that's no problem. What are you gonna say?
I'm finding that when a patch drops, that first week that they put it in something like EPTU or PTU, when they put some outside of Evocati, that wave 1, the pace at which the daily updates and sometimes the updates for the day and then an additional hotfix, the pace at which it comes is very instructive usually for how ready the patch is going to be towards the end of the quarter, towards the event, etc. So I have been impressed with the not only the dropping of 323 into wave 1 and now wave 2 as of last night, but also the fixes that have been happening. It doesn't look like they've had to go back for many things. When they fix it, it seems to have stayed fixed, knock on wood. And some things that we're seeing that were fixed, like the water effects, when you turn that all the way up, man, that looks incredible. Water effects and clouds are just straight up best in class.
Let me interrupt real quick. How did that?
I mean,
affect
I know Fist. I was gonna say, I know Fist and Pop's got certain feelings about water.
How did that? How did that affect your performance on your PC?
Well, if they hadn't put in some of the upscaling, it probably would have impacted it more than it has. But I've been able to use the automatic setting for DLSS and or some of the Vulkan beta, which actually gives you even more stuff to see when it works, and see FPS in the 45, 50 range in forested areas with I got a 3090 and a 10900K. So
and how much RAM?
64.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I have similar performance. I have a 3090 and 11900K with 64 gigabytes, and I've got DSR turned on, and the NVIDIA control panel, automatic DLSS Vulkan, and I'm getting similar performance in forested areas.
Yeah, that looks cool. That's good to hear.
Yeah. And
I mean,
by the way,
everything
they're still
on
working on
everything
performance.
maxed. Right. And so it's already gotten better. So I like the fixing pace that we're on. I am not deterred by what got moved to the 3.23.x branch. I feel like we are on track for a solid Invictus patch.
Cool. Thank you for that. Yo-Yo asked, how many times do you think we'll play through Squadron 42? I'll let you all answer
42.
that.
Okay,
42
good answer.
times.
All right.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
All right.
Oof.
Now, how many times do you think? If
For
there are
me,
like 28 chapters, and you don't know how many missions that includes within each chapter.
I would say for me, it's probably going to be a minimum 3. I'll just put it there, but it depends, because if they have Easter eggs, any hidden things that you want to go back and check out, maybe some of the people who put on YouTube different locations, and you want to see these locations, exotic locations, or things like that. You like, well, I don't know 42, but you may want to. And I would like to see alternative endings.
Yeah, they'll definitely have that. This is the Chris Roberts game. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting question, because on the one hand, yes, it's a Chris Roberts game. The relationships you build, the mission performance you have historically in the Wing Commander series has led to different outcomes, different endings. He was one of the first to do that in 3D gaming. But this is we've also heard that Squadron 42 is going to be this is the first of a trilogy of games. And so will we get the full Chris Roberts effect when it comes to multiple endings, or will there be maybe 2 or 3 endings that will take you to episode 2 and 3, and then we'll have to wait for episode 3 for the big variety?
You stole my answer. That was what I was going to get to. But good, thank you.
Captain, are you thinking? Darn it, what's the name? What's the name of the game with the Normandy?
Mass Effect.
Oh, Mass Effect.
Mass Effect.
That I was going to go to that too. Everyone's stealing my answer to here. But go ahead, Pops.
No. I'm just saying that. So, do you think we'll get like Mass Effect? It had a save file that continued from one to the next, and it depended on who you saved, who you made friends with, and how it moved forward through the next ones. Oh, that would be really cool if they
and Mass Effect 2 had a lot more endings and possibilities than Mass Effect 3 actually had.
Right.
So it might be the second game that really, because in a trilogy,
to be fair,
the second game is the one that.
To be
Go
fair,
ahead.
we don't know the answer to that because it could be any of the games could have more endings than the other, but they don't have to
Yeah,
follow
this
the
is
matchmaking
all
model.
rampant speculation. Yeah,
Right?
absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, to answer that question though, for me though, I would have to say for me, obviously more than two, because what we do know, or maybe if this is still the case, I don't know, that depending upon what level of difficulty you play through the game, that is it still the case that when you complete it, do you have the citizenship, do you have military ship, or whatever it is that you want, that they talked about for that that whole F8 lightning fiasco. But if that is still the case, then I'm gonna definitely have to play more than twice, because I'm quite sure hardcore mode is gonna make you want to bang your head up against that keyboard. If that's the case, I'm just thinking. Yeah,
Bitch
I don't know if it's gonna be Dark Souls. What?
You're gonna say hardcore around me?
Trigger.
Okay.
Let's move on, because we do have quite a bit more show. But I hope that answers your question, yo, man. I'm gonna play at least twice. It depends on how difficulty and what kind of ending we may get. Because I'm the kind of person who want a perfect ending. I want to save everyone I can. I want to complete. Well, I don't know. The first playthrough, I may not be a completionist. The second playthrough, I'll be more of a completionist.
Definitely.
So,
right.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna be completionist twice in a row. Though that'll just kill me. But yeah.
Well, let me ask you a question.
No, we really have to move on. I'm sorry. Yeah, we're running behind. We got to get the ISC and everything like that. Simpata, see your question up. Do you think CID restrict giving citizenship to only players that make it through Squadron 42? Well, that's what Chris Roberts says, but they have a history of changing their minds. Like, we weren't supposed to get the update until Squadron 42 comes out. We're not supposed to get the address until Squadron 42 comes out. I'm pretty sure that'll be available sometime soon. Not soon, but soon to So I don't know. That's what they said was going to happen, but they may change their mind. That's my answer. But yes, we do have to move on. So sorry about that, folks. Up next we have this is the RSI Launcher 2.0 beta release note. Someone asked, they've tried to install Source Citizen for like 4 hours now, and they always code 2,000 errors and 3,000 errors. Not a single installation without it. Therefore, they want to know if they can get the old launcher back, please. And Lujo D responded, "Hi, the 1.610 is still available on the download page. Just go to the regular download page under the 2.0 download. If you get the when you get the error 2000, and you take a log.log file, and under username @data roaming on-site launcher log, and they want you to submit that. So yeah, if you get the error, let them know what's going on so they can fix it. I still have not downloaded the new launcher. I'm still using 1.610. I want them to get all the bugs out, and so I can avoid stuff like that. But everyone here is using 2.0, I'm guessing?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm using it. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I would say go ahead and download the new launcher and don't look back. There's really no bugs with it that I can tell. I've been using it since before it was made available to everybody. So it's been months since I've used the old launcher. So don't be afraid of the future. Go ahead and start using it. And if you do find a bug, just report it.
Yeah, but Jade, you got it like that. You're going to the gala.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
You brought it back on you. Anyway, so yeah, that is the update for the RSI launcher. I'll get to it when I get to it eventually. Okay, this is gonna be probably one of our biggest and longest discussion before ISC. I'm gonna have to skip the other stuff. Hopefully, I'll go through it real fast. But yeah, this is from Player Vanadis. Lovely to meet you at CitizenCon. Alpha 323 Patch Watch sites and sent. Greeting citizens of the previous patch watches are spotlighting selections, upcoming, and features and improvement that don't appear on the public roadmap. Talk about the scope. We talked about that before previously on Soul Talk. the economy. Basically, they're just trying to say that they're rebalancing measures aimed at ensuring that the building blocks of the in-game economy work well together with cohesive framework. Excuse me about that. So the part that I want to get to is this part right here. Oops, well, I didn't highlight all of it, but yeah, the vehicle prices and balance path. Ships are something to be proud of, and so the prices need to reflect status. New prices are based on a few factors. Size, bigger ship requires a greater volume of materials. Some manufacturers use better quality, cost, origin, cost. Better performing component, Mirai, and even alien technology, Xperia. All of it come at a premium. Focus in some ways. In the same way a tank is more expensive than a tractor, military vehicles and those developed for competition are more expensive than civilian and industrial vehicles. So this is only the first pass at pricing, and will continue to adjust it to ensure it aligns with evolving game dynamic and mechanic that affects the way vehicles behave like massive mode. So next up, I'm going to show this graphic that Griffin was kind enough to put together. You may not be able to see that, but hopefully, thank you, Jay. Appreciate that. So people can look at that on their screen. I'll just zoom in for a little bit here. There you go. That's better. Can you scroll up? No, that's about it. But you can't see the whole thing on the screen when we have it be legible. But just some examples. The only thing that's going down is the C8R about 49%. Oh, the Razor MX is going down to 8% also. But a lot of stuff is going up. Everything else is going up. The Cyclone, for instance, the AA is going up by 13.9%, from 28 million to 406 million. The Cyclone TR is going up by 1,077%, from 20 million to 330 million. The Tumble Nova is going up by 347%, from 546 million to 2 billion and 444 million. So, yeah, let me get your thought.
I voted for Addison for cool AI robots, and all I got was inflation.
All right. Yeah, any other thoughts?
Hey, listen, this ain't even it right here yet. So hold on to your butts.
Literally, and the rest of you, because you might have to donate a kidney or two.
The X factor here, the variable that CIG needs to explore and continue to adjust for, is what feels good in terms of how long it will take in game to earn different levels of different ships. It can't be too quick, right? People can't come into the game and be like, I got any ship I wanted in a week.
Mm-hmm.
And it can't take too long, because then people go, oh, I'm being driven to exclusively buy the ship instead. They say that you can get it in game, but I don't feel like I can really do that. We can't have that either, right? So it's got to be somewhere in between. It feels good.
I hear you on that though, Cap.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you. Let me say this though. Do you think they need to put that in the scope of let's say like single player ships to maybe like small co-play. I'm sorry. What is that?
Co-op.
Co-op, right?
Multi-crew.
Right, multi-crew ships. Because obviously, I don't think they should look at it for this is my opinion. I don't think for like obviously big multi-crew capsize ships should not be. I mean, don't get me wrong. You can try if you want to, but those should be org-sized org ships that you pull your money together to go and get. You know what I'm saying? So that's my question to you. Are you saying that in that sense that CIG should look at it like that for like those types of ships?
Yeah, they've got to ask themselves that type of question, right? Like, what does it mean if I get a I come into the game with an Aurora. How long should it take for a player to get a Mustang, right? Or an Avenger?
Now, let me jump in real
I
quick
come in.
because let me jump in real quick because I've been saying this for the longest time. I came into the game in 2014, and I want to say in 2015. Jade, I'm gonna have to have you look this up for me later on if you can. But Chris Roberts said in the 10 for the letter for the chairman, a 10 for the chairman, one of those shows. It was a video show, so I remember seeing him saying it. He said that he expected it to take 2 weeks for a player starting from zero to earn a constellation. When everything is said and done, when the economy, let's say Star Citizen 1.0, put it that way, he wants to take 2 weeks for a person to earn a constellation. So,
well, if he said that in 2015, the constellation was more of an end game ship, right?
Yeah.
We have a lot more ships now,
Right.
and they're talking about this being a universe sim. So the players always underestimate the journey until they've done it, and then they value it. They always think they want the thing, but what they talk about after getting the thing was the journey to get it. So they need to make sure that journey is valuable. I would not want to see, it's his game, right? He's gonna do what he wants, but I would not want to see and quote unquote end game ships. There is no end game, but
well, the end game is fashion, but that's a different story.
That is to be discussion.
I would not want to see those done in 2 weeks. I would want to see those done in a year.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Real quick, Captain Poodoo asked, 2 weeks as in 14 days times 24 hours? No, it's like, I believe they said, I can't really, Jade have to look up the quote for me. I want to say it's 3 to 4 hours a day, or no more than 8 hours a day. That's a work week, so you don't want to do that. But yeah, say 3 hours a day, 14 days, Captain Poodoo. I believe that, that I know you said 2 weeks for to earn an in-game constellation, but I forget the parameters.
Yeah, they have to account for.
May I add to?
Go ahead, Pops. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. The only thing is, excuse me. I know that there's supposed to be a limited number of javelins in the game, so I'm hoping that they work that end of it out. That people that own ships, big capital ships like that in the game, that I'm believing that you will not be able to purchase that ship in the game. Am I right or am I wrong? So I hope that they kind of really look at that with other capital ships also.
Well, say that again, Pop. You hope that. Oh, go ahead, Jared.
I was gonna say every ship is supposed to be earnable in the game. Like every ship that people can buy with real money is supposed to be obtainable, I should say, in the game.
Yeah, I'm still hoping I'll be able to get my Mustang Omega in game somehow.
Right, but I thought the Javelin was a limited number that will be in the game.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. Something like a capital ship. I don't know the answer to that one, Pops. You should be able to get a Javelin in game somehow, but I don't know about straight out buying it, like it's maybe an old purchase.
There will be some hoops upon hoops and mountains upon
reputation and stuff like that.
You probably you have to leap to probably get to that. You know what I mean? Through the game, because I'm quite sure it's just not gonna be a straight out purchase.
I did a video with Griff on Star Wars Galaxies and how it wrestled with this. Right, it used to have 32 occupations. You could not select Jedi because they knew everybody would come in and do that. And then people complained so much that the publisher made the developers change that. And then the game was gone. The game was gone after that. And so my hope is that, and we talked about this on the video, my hope is that CIG is taking a look at some of those lessons, right? And thinking kind of long term, if they want this to be a long term universe sim, what's the activity that will encourage that, and does that activity include ship buying activity, ship earning activity, or do they take the perspective of let everybody get what they can get as fast as they can get it? They may take that perspective too. Who knows?
I did look up what you asked me to, and also the prisoner found it. So it's 60 hours, and you can find it on Starchives. You can
60
find
hours.
a transcript of that video.
Okay. 60 hours, so that's 2 weeks within 60 hours, basically?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I do want to give a shout out because Griffin did screen grab this, but he pulled it from a video called Star Citizen Ship Prices Are Skyrocketing from Buzzcut Psycho. So that's where the original source came from. But yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. But
it's okay.
That's where he got it from. I gotta give him props. I don't want to get it in trouble. But yeah.
Well, you might get in trouble because you mentioned him. But that's to be said off the year.
So the 890 is currently at 32 million. That's going to go up to 109 million. So how much money can you make in a day, basically, right now?
Wait, how much money can you make in a day?
Yeah, in game.
A couple of million, can't you?
That depends upon what you're doing, though. What do you
I
mean?
know, but give me like a.
That's a really broad question.
How much money can GoMap make in a day? That's what I'm asking.
I'm gonna say, when we went with Yo-Yo Meg, I made in a couple of hours we made like 4 million.
Yeah,
that was
it's reasonable.
cut.
It's reasonable to say that a hustler
right.
can make 10 million in a day right now.
Yeah,
right.
That was our cut.
So
right.
if you make 10 million a day, it'll take 11 days to afford an 890. All right.
So.
Oh well, if you make 10 million in a day, that'll make no, you can make a calculation in about 1 or 2 days. So yeah. Okay. All right. I just wanted to cover that, but yeah, just let people know. So I know there's gonna be outcry when it happens. That's unavoidable, but I'm hoping to minimize it by getting the information out there now, rather than have people just say, "We didn't know about this."
Listen. Don't worry about soothing those, because this has already been said.
I know
that this
I
is
know.
going to happen. So
I know.
Exactly.
All right, so I'm going to jump ahead and go to the Galactapedia, then we're going to get to the ISC because we're going to run late. Jade, do you have the article up?
The Galactapedia, yes, I do.
Can you go over that, please?
Absolutely. Let me throw this link in. Yeah, this was a very interesting Galactapedia update for me because it mentions moons in the Virgil system, and typically on the Arc Star map, they don't show moons. And typically with these Galactapedia updates, only time I've seen them like update moons was for Pyro. So I don't know if that means like Virgil's going to make a appearance in Squadron 42 or what, but it's just an interesting detail that I and some other people have noticed, and I'll dive right into it. So the Galactapedia article is welcome to this month's Galactapedia update roundup. This month we explore the Treese and Virgil systems, take a glance at the Vanguard, Viking, Vendetta, Veritas, and Virgo systems, meet the Emperor who reigned before Teaso Yoso. Say it correct. Visit the ruined city of Boro and take a deep dive into the fall of Virgil. Join the Spectrum thread for any discussion or feedback. And what else would you like me to read? Is that it?
Just read the title of the article and anything that might interest you, might seem interesting.
Sure. So there's the Treese system, which is a Banu system, and it is a stronghold of the religion Sulis. A Suli, for people that don't know, is sort of like a guild. The Treese 1 purchased Divine Guidance here. Yeah, Banu Guild. Yeah. Yeah, sorry. The Trees Flotilla, which is, I think, where you're going to probably want to hang out, Fastcart. It's a fleet of traders. So you take your Banu merchantman there. The Virgil system, which was consumed by the Vandal. Serene, a lost Arcadia. Jai, a reflective moon. And Corsito, a dark moon. So Serene is also a moon. Wait, no, sorry. Serene is Virgil 1. And then beyond that, you have Afit, the little brother. That's a moon. Sino, an inscrutable smog planet. So kind of like Monox and Pyro, or Venus in our solar system. Gideon's Belt, being harvested by the Vanu. Ooh, so maybe we can go there and see the Banu harvesters if we don't get shot first. Virgil 3, a stormy ice planet. And so like this is interesting to me. They say that it's a stormy ice planet, but when you say ice, like it's not saying it's an ice giant. So this looks like it may be like an actual icy terrestrial planet. So that just jumped out to me because I've seen previously it mentioned that it was an ice giant. Oh no, it's stormy ice giant. Okay, so it is an ice giant. Ice giants are like Neptune and Uranus. Erna covered.
You said it wrong.
No, I didn't. I said it correctly. Don't you dare! Don't you dare! Get those joke bands going in chat.
Hey, no, the last one expired, so I'm good. Go ahead.
Erna covered with a deep Kasmata. Jarl, fields of methane ice. That sounds really cool. The Vanguard system confirmed to have at least 3 planets. Viking system connected to Caliban. Vendetta system possibly connected to Orion indirectly. Interesting. Veritas system featured on the Plain Truth. And for people that don't know, the Plain Truth is an interesting publication in the Star Citizen universe. It's kind of like a conspiracy theory. I don't know. I don't like it, but whatever. It's like they like to put forth conspiracy theories. Virgo system, home of the very fictional Vandal Empire. Boro, and that was because it was portrayed in in the Star Citizen universe. There was like a movie where they set the center of the Vandal Empire in the Virgo system. So it's fictional that's the home of it. We don't really know, and like in the real life of Star Citizen. Boro, a ruined city, and Les Sacrés ruled the Xi'an Empire before Zhang Sekret. And my Xi'an is pretty bad, so don't shoot me for mispronouncing this.
Hey, it's all Greek to me.
Okay.
Anyway, and the fall of Virgil, the last of a battle and more of a massacre. So yeah, that's a featured article, full-length article that they posted at the top. So thank you for that, Jade.
You're welcome.
There is a Spectrum post that has the Galactapedia update also, and within it, I would recommend going through it this week because there's a whole lot of dev posts response to it. So go check those out. But I would go through them myself, but we are running low on time, so I'm just going to get to the ISC. And this one is 12 minutes, so they're definitely going to go over. Hope people can stick around for a bit. Sorry about the time running over. But yeah, it's Inside Star Citizen H2O show. So this is 12 minutes, so sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Alpha 323 is just around the corner. And with that, a host of new gameplay and general life in the verse features. But it also includes a variety of technological improvements like the replication layer split, our initial implementation of Vulkan, image upscaling breakthroughs, and the subject of this week's show, changes to the water rendering and simulation system that were first discussed at last year's CitizenCon. So here now are the water wizards themselves to tell us more.
You've been doing this for a while now. Why do you think people are so interested in water?
In just any scenario is such a focal point. You go to a national park, you go see the rivers and the waterfalls, you're looking up stock photos of anything. It's people focus on the water because it is just so different to kind of anything else you find in nature. Like, everything's unique and everything's different, but water is just something else entirely. Wow, you're making me sound like I'm a water cult or something.
When you came aboard, did you imagine you'd be the Moist Master?
I still don't refer to myself as that name, try as you might, Jared.
Hydro homie?
I guess I didn't see it being such a focus, but I'm glad that it is. It's good fun. I really like it. It's not all water. Water's just the nice things I get to talk about more. Someone asked me when I was at SitCon recently, what makes water 3D in games? What's different to anything else? And the truth is, you have to work to make it look like water, because what we perceive as a volumetric liquid in real life, in graphics, we break down into different parts. You have the water surface, which is what you see reflecting, what you can look through, where you see your waves and your foam and so on. You have the fog underneath, and any particles floating around that makes you feel like you're inside water rather than just underneath a surface above you. And then you have all the effects that go to selling that, whether it be the lighting, the caustics, the boundary when it's intersecting your visor, or any of the splashes or simulation that we're going to move on to. So we showed a slice of what we've been doing with water at SitCon last year, and what we put out into 323 is a few steps ahead of that. So we're going to show you what we've been able to do since. Getting the rendering right was really key to making sure that the sim looks right, because anything that catches your eye and tells you this isn't real is going to stick out far more than any work that we put into the sim.
It has to be said that the way we rendered water in the past in Star Citizen was not really up to scratch. So we have spent a lot of time trying to make it a lot more realistic. Water is quite an interesting thing to render. It has a very complex form in its dynamics and the way it animates. But optically, it's very interesting too. In some ways, water is like glass. It's transparent, it refracts and distorts light which passes through it. And it also has a surface which reflects the environment around it. In some ways, water is also like fog. It obscures the background behind it, maybe completely obscuring it. And certainly impure water will have suspended particles which themselves reflect light and give the water a cloudy hue. The water surface may feature foam, certainly where waves are occurring or at shorelines. One thing we wanted to do was improve the way we render foam on the ocean surface. This involved having it show detail when viewed close up, and also having it disperse in a very naturalistic way, where the foam breaks apart into small patches and the bubbles dissipate. One thing we did to get the details on the close-up views of foam is photograph a pan of soapy water. This gave us the required detail to project onto the foam surface and give the look we wanted. It's nice to think that all of the foam you see on any ocean in the verse started its life in a soapy pan of water in my kitchen. In Star Citizen, players can enter the water. This means they can view the water from underneath the surface. So we spent lots of time making sure underwater views look correct, showing fogging and so on. Similarly, when the player enters the water line may cut across the player's visor, and we took a lot of time getting that to render correctly and show it as expected.
I really think the improvements that have gone into the rendering of the water, especially the surface, the fog, it's leaps and bounds ahead of what was in 322. So from rendering, let's move on to surface simulation. What we wanted to do was provide some next-level visuals to go with all the things that can interact with water in our game. With the nature of the sandbox universe, there's just so many ways you can interact with it, and with all our spaceships and the colossal thrusters and wakes they can throw off, we really wanted to be able to match that with the water rendering. The way we decided to approach this, instead of having a square that follows the camera, like many games do, of water simulation, we wanted to have something more powerful than this. We wanted you to be able to stand at the top of a mountain and watch a ship fly across a lake underneath. drawing the wake behind it. And you wouldn't get that with a fixed square around the camera. So the approach we took was something called region-based surface simulation. This allows us to allocate areas where we need to be simulating and propagating water waves at any given moment, regardless of where the camera is. We can allocate and deallocate these as we need, and we can have a pool of them of any size depending on the spec of your PC. You can actually change the maximum allowed regions in your graphics options.
On medium setting, you can have 32 regions simulated at the same time. You can even go to a very high setting, which would give you as many as 128. To choose the best regions, we try to have the closest and most important ones show up and call the other ones. The fact that we sort it by the number of interaction and how strong they are means that only the most important ones will be shown on screen, which helps, because having a little interaction right in front of you could be useful, but it might not be visible when there's a very big ship going right by and creating a huge wave.
Sounds like you've built a very efficient system then.
We've tried to build a very efficient system.
In order to interact with things that are in the water, we first need to know that they are there. We've hooked up to the physics system so it sends us events when physical objects like boxes or the player or bits of ship debris are in or floating in the water. From there we can work out how much water has been displaced and the velocity and pick an appropriate simulation wave speed to match those. From there we can apply forces to different texels of each sim region, which then propagate as we update that region over time. As well as responding to physical objects in the water, we can also hook this up to other input types.
For example, we could have a ship falling into water, creating a huge displacement. But we can also have footsteps near the beach. Or we could also have bullets and missiles and explosions. For the player, this means that you can be way more immersed in your game, as you can see the direct effects of what you are doing, how you are playing on the water.
We wanted to be able to create the best visual impact we could without having an impact on your bandwidth and server performance, etc., especially as we move into bigger and bigger player counts. So our water simulation is done on the client and is visual only, and I think that way we get the best possible result out of it.
All of the information that we get from the different systems is then packaged and sent to the water buffer.
Tying this all together is the water buffer. This allows us to take in inputs from multiple systems to the shape of the water surface and then use that information in lots of other systems, such as additional effects and, of course, rendering the water. Each patch of ocean is able to render with both the water buffer on and off. If it is off, it simply shows the ocean waves according to where it is on the planet. If it is on, it first populates the water buffer region with the wave data in that patch. We then add in any simulation data or data from other inputs. Then when we come to render the ocean patch, we look up again from this buffer where we have the total added together result of both the original ocean waves, the simulation, and any other inputs. To copy the simulation in, we build a mesh that covers parts of the water buffer that we're going to write into. The UV coordinates of each vertex in that mesh point to a specific part of the region atlas. This allows us to read specific parts of simulations and input them to other parts of the water buffer, and it allows us to do it in just one draw call. Having the water buffer set up like this to receive multiple inputs leaves the door open for implementing multiple types of simulation going forward. For example, beach crest waves could be input into this system. This means as well that any other system nearby can look up to see where the waves are and see how high the water is. We use this to drive a number of different effects.
Having the water buffer allows us to have the graphics system query what nearby waves are doing. This allows us to render things called caustics. Caustics are where the ocean surface is focusing sunlight onto areas nearby. So for example, it may focus light from the sun onto the seabed, making certain bright patches animate around. And similarly, light can be reflected upwards onto the side of a vehicle, for example. Caustics are a very important visual clue for water rendering, and leaving them out would have meant the water did not look correct.
Well, that was a look into all the work that went into the water in 323. The whole thing is pretty sweet. I'm really happy with how it looks. The team has done a fantastic job. Planet Tech have got some really exciting things coming. I'm really, really excited to dive back into the planets of Star Citizen. I hope you guys enjoy it.
So what did we learn this week? Well, we learned that the updated rendering system makes water look more like water, that region-based simulation makes water behave more like water, and that the new water buffer itself hooks into all the other systems, like physics, which will get its own series of improvements down the line, to make water interact better with the variety of things that players throw into it. Boy, you love throwing things into the water, don't you? For Inside Star Citizen, I'm Jared Huckabee. Thanks for letting us share the process of game development with you, and we'll see you all here next week.
What happened to my ending? Dude, my ending. What happened? Anyway, we are back, folks. So yes, that is all about water. Any thoughts about the ISC?
Okay, who wants to
It
go
was good to
first?
see Will. I call him the Hydro Homie.
Hydro homie.
Moist,
That's what you're gonna go with? Okay.
moist. Yeah, whatever Jared said, Moist Masters or whatever. That's whack.
Oh boy.
Hydro Homie. And
Oh boy.
and it was great to see him at CitizenCon. He was so enthusiastic. I'm glad they have him working on other stuff. Hopefully, they have him using his river technology on roads as part of the Planet Tech improvements. But the commitment to some leading edge technology here that will produce water physics and water experiences like that. This is what water tier 1.1, 1.2, and I think it looks great. I think it looks very, very good.
Yeah, I just want to say, Moist Master sounds like a failed DC universe or DC villain. I don't know.
Yeah, really failed.
Go ahead, Pops.
Yeah, I called it the high quality H2O water boys. But
Y'all remember that line?
but
My name is Bobby Boucher.
yeah, there you go. Bobby Boucher boy.
Okay.
Okay. But water is so difficult. It is not like it's similar to a rock in certain aspects, but there is so much that goes into water. We have 4 pieces of software that we bought that I think it's cost us over $1,000 to get water correctly, and which it is very difficult because one piece doesn't do the job. You've got the foam. You also have to think about water interacting with what it comes in contact with, leaving moisture on a rock, things that are floating in the water, light, like a window, like you said, refractor, reflecting. Yeah, I'm sorry. Thanks for helping that word. But it is so difficult, and to make it look right, and there was so much work gone into this, and I will end it with this because I don't, let everybody else go. Lava.
Yeah.
After. So think about that.
Yeah, I will agree with you on that, Pops, to kind of jump on for that, like we discussed as watching this, as you already talked about, and I know we talked Cap at CitizenCon and seeing water at that stage from where it was. I'm not, I wasn't saying I wasn't impressed, but I was like, okay, it has room to improve. seeing what they've done, from what I'm understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, CIG out there, they've taken it from, beyond what I thought it could be, because they said, they're putting it as region based, whereas I thought they would have went with render targets, which is, basically locked to a camera, from what I understand. Which is still pretty good looking.
This is CIG. They can't do anything easy.
Well, no, I mean, and with that being said, that's a testament to their vision and their work, ethic, and everything. So I am very much applauding them on this, and I will say this, and I will leave this, as we saw in the beginning of this whole thing with the MSR coming and creating a wave. Tsunamis confirmed.
Yeah, let me correct myself, because I was quoting a bit, so let me be more serious. I said CIG that can't do anything easy. It's not that. It's just that they wanted to look good. So
right,
when they want things to look good, it turned out to be not easy most of the time. So yeah.
Yeah, can I say this into the easy part? They could have simply put one. When you look at those ships going over the water and how it's interacting from the meshes of each one of them is tailored to the ship. They could have just put one thing in there and we all would have got the same look from every ship and we wouldn't have cared. But they didn't.
That's a function of how it works though. The way it works is that you get that as a side effect actually from how they're doing this. So it's really cool. You're right. They could have just done like a lot of other games, but because they built it this way, each ship will create its own wake.
Right.
And you say Tsunami Fist. There is a planet, the Kano system, where tsunamis happen, like mile high tsunamis or something like that. So.
Listen, are we going surfing? Cowabunga, dude?
I forget who mentioned that in chat about the surfing.
Wipeout? Surf's up, dude.
Surf's up, dude. Yes.
Let me stop.
Totally.
Long time. Cap, did you finish what you were saying?
Yep, I'm done.
Jade.
Okay, there's a couple things here. First of all, I should probably start with the biggest one, and Griff would probably say something if I didn't mention the 890 jump floating. They're teasing us with that again.
Let me bring that up on screen because I just saw it. Yeah, he sent me a screenshot. While I was
was it floating or was it skimming?
It was floating.
It was one that would have where
that part was floating. That part was floating.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We don't know the depth of the water.
They've previously said this is intended. They do want the 890 jump and the 600i to be able to float.
So buoyancy is confirmed now.
Oh, we have buoyancy now. It's just not for ships. Like if you blow up your ship, it's buoyant. You got the ship parts floating on top of the water. But we don't. The actual ship right now won't float. It'll just explode.
So what kind of realism are we going to get in game? Like if I have a dark skinned character, they'll sink, right?
Oh boy.
Okay.
People, you gotta use that joke ban button for real.
I just want to. Jay, were you done?
No, I'm done. Oh no, actually, no. Wait, there was one more thing. Because I know a lot of people would think about like things like jet skis, and I'm like, we already have Gravlev bikes, right? But one of the biggest problems, it's the same problem with any vehicle. If you were to take like a jump on a Gravlev bike and Gravlev decides it doesn't want to work for a moment, like it often does with this current Gravlev model, your bike will go underwater and explode. If they could just turn off the exploding vehicle thing, interaction with water, I think, until we actually have some, flotation physics, whatever, for ships, I think that would be great, because racing a Gravlev over water in the PU is not a great experience. So that's just something I would throw in. The point you made about lava pops is exactly true. They mentioned in the past the same thing that they use to make rivers could be used to make lava flows. It's just a matter of having the interaction make sense for, lava
Texture.
obviously doesn't move like water, and it's a different texture. So that's
Because-
all.
Yeah.
So,
I
and
was
it-
just going to say. Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, festival. Sorry. No, I was just
No,
going to say
I was
one of the
gonna-
planet. Oh,
Go ahead, Pops. Go ahead, Pops. Go, Pops.
because I believe one of the planets in Pyro was supposed to be a lava planet, and they came back and they said, it just wasn't ready. So this is just a next step in that direction. And I just want to mention, hopefully, we'll get submarines. And I'm done.
Yeah, submersible. Yeah.
They can always introduce, once they do have lava, they can always introduce that to, I think it might have been Monox that in Pyro that was supposed to have lava flows. If you look at the stark landscape of Monox, I could totally see lava on Monox if, when they actually, develop it. But yeah.
Yeah, I had a whole bunch of stuff I wanted to say, but can anyone identify what this is?
What do you mean? What ship that is?
Yeah.
It's a.
Um,
It's the piece that's floating. That
No,
vertical piece from the What is that? What? Oh my goodness. It's the vertical piece that's in the It's just a reflection of that piece that's kind of the pillar.
It's looking up at the
Yeah,
arena
that-
commander.
Yeah.
It's that's supposed to be green in the Ellis system, and it's just looking up at one of the city pieces from underneath the water.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't figure out what that was.
Okay.
Yeah, in the earlier
Was there a
thing it
scene
showed
of it
you.
beforehand or something? Did I miss
Yeah.
it? Yeah, okay.
So
Yeah, they're there in the beginning.
So I'll say two things in real quick, FC. One is fishing, hopefully confirmed soon. And the second, you standing on the shore and you see tentacles wrap around your feet and snatch your ass into the water.
There's always a bigger fish.
There you go, right there. See,
there they
No,
are. Yeah.
I got a song for you. I got a song for y'all.
Okay.
Sitting on a
Wanna hear it? Here it go.
bay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Let's start clapping.
That's all I'm gonna do. That's all I'm gonna do. But yeah, that is ISC H2O show. This is a quick thing before we get to Machinima. I can see ISC what you're doing. This person is talking about all the titles from the shows from ISC this year. So the Tactical Capital, Initiative Indicative, Vision Revision, Masters and Blasters, Explaining Branding, Maps and Apps, Distribution Allocution, Active Vehicular Particulars, and Anyway Press. So yes, Jared responded with a tweet, and I'm going to show you the tweet real quick. This is from January 25th, 2024. Debating something important and I need your help. So every episode of ISC and Alpha 323 this season have a rhyming title, even if it annoys people. Hashtag rare work related tweet. And 64.8 people said percent said yes. So that's why we're getting these rhyming titles this season. So yeah, that's pretty extra.
but 35% said also yes. So we were going to get it no matter what.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. I just noticed the thing that was in bold. Yeah, I didn't even notice that. Oh, thank you.
Welcome. Oh yeah, bring back cruise control. Sorry, I just had to say it.
Oh no, I'm like, we got to move on. But yeah,
No, I just had to say it though, because right now you can't get out of your seat in your ship, regardless of trim. You can't walk around. Your ship stops. So yes, Yogi, please bring back some cruise control. All right, that's it.
The Dark Hour 717. Thank you for the raid. Welcome, Raiders. We're about to get into our Machinima. But before that, I just want to give a quick shout out. This was premiered on Monday, correct?
Yes, Monday at noon Pacific, 3 Eastern. It premiered.
Is special shout out to sci-fi short film Overclock Origin, Jade can hopefully put the link in chat for me. I'm not going to
Absolutely.
show this. I'm not going to show this because
Absolutely.
it's 18 minutes long, but I just want to give a shout out to people who watch later.
Yeah, if you want to see live action Jade Star Runner, go ahead and watch that after the show.
I enjoyed it. For what it was. Do I want to talk about it? No, I let other people watch because they're not even want to watch it yet. I'll cover my thoughts at a later point.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, that is the Overclock Origins from the people of EE Studios. But our Machinima today is Hullmuncher, and I'm going to try to get through this with a straight face. Star Citizen Cinematic Fan Trailer, Star Citizen 3.2 4K. So this is almost 4 minutes long, so let's get to it and come back to it. So yeah, that's great.
With the turn of the 30th century, human spaceflight became far more common. And with that increased traffic, damaged and derelict spacecraft decaying away across space lanes started to become a problem. That problem created an opportunity, not only to tidy this debris and litter, but more importantly, to recycle the rare materials that were used in the construction of contemporary spacecraft. For this reason, in the year 2953, a partnership of companies across the Stanton system launched the Reclamation and Recycling Program, a series of contracts to clean up the system and expose valuable materials otherwise locked away in decaying starships. Those who took up these contracts called themselves Hullmunchers.
We are back. Gonna try to keep this short, so people give me one thing you like and one thing you didn't like in the video, please.
Tripping and munching. Beat drop. Boom, 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 boom. There you go.
See, Jade, I wasn't the one who needed a band that time.
No,
You see that,
I
right?
know. I knew it was coming from somebody, if not you. So, yeah.
Thank you for that, Fizz. Thank you for that, Fizz. Thank you for that. Anyone else?
I love the narration voice and the music. Like the made me remember the days back to Disney. But the music, what the negative part was, the music could have been a little bit softer, so you did get to hear more of the ambient sound of the grinding and things. Could have been a little bit more balanced. But great.
The grinding wasn't loud enough for you, Pops?
Oh
Yeah,
boy.
yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh
boy.
I forgot trigger words.
Hey, I mean, if you need more grinding, no, man, I'm gonna stop. And what
I
else?
don't see nothing wrong. With a little, I'm gonna stop there.
See, now everybody knows
I'm
what I
correcting
go
people left and
through.
right here. Go ahead, sorry.
Now everybody knows what I go through hanging out with these two. I got a face palm half the time.
So President said, "Get a sock, FC." Cap, anything from you?
Yeah, no, I agree with Ops around the voice, but I liked the lore building as well. The lore building for me was fun. I'm very much into that. I like it when folks take an opportunity to do that and don't wait for just Sherry and the narrative team to tell us about it. That we can create some of that ourselves and have fun with it. So that was good.
Hey, Jade, anything real quick?
Yeah, like that's exactly what I was going to say. I like, that he set it up lore wise of like why, there's this big rush to do salvaging. I do want to say one thing. I feel like he was let down by the fact that in third person, you can see the outlines of, moving boxes, moving cargo, structural salvage. I hope CIG will turn that off for people that make Machinima, because it really takes you out of like believing that this is something real, and it just looks arcadey and gamey from that point.
Okay.
That's all. Yep.
Alrighty then, we're gonna move on. Well, I forgot to put a thing up, but check the previous episodes or like the community hub or whatnot. There is a bar citizen in Chicago this coming Saturday. It's in the previous episodes. I don't have it available. Maybe Jay can find it real quick if she's really quick. But yeah, there's a bar citizen. It's going to be attended by CIG, as part of the bar citizen world tour. 5 p.m. I believe local time in Chicago. So if you're in the area, check that out. Thank you for that, Jay. Appreciate it. And that'll bring us to the end of the show. Thank you, Captain Serious Fun, Face to Face, Pop and Face, and my co-host Jay. And I just want to say before we close out that the corruption continues. Folks, Jade now knows what a sock on the door now means. Just letting people know. So yeah, I hope you're welcome, Jade. You're welcome.
Okay.
If you want to become a soul citizen or soulmate soul citizen, membership have the privileges. Click the join button below on YouTube. If you want to follow us on social media, we're Soul Citizens with an S on it and everywhere. Captain Serious Fun, New Soul, and I were on the Afterpub this past Saturday on the Captain Table. You can check that out. Stay tuned tomorrow for another Flight to Rhythm on the People Radio at 2100 UTC, 5 p.m. Eastern. A bunch of us from the Soul team and New Soul, in fact, was on Yacht Club last night for the 5th anniversary special. And that is it. Thank you for that. On Saturday, join us for Soul Voices. We talk with Griffin Gaming RPG at 3 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. UTC for what's going on in the Star Citizen, this week in Star Citizen, but from a different perspective, talking from Spectrum, something from Reddit, and something from the industry in general, or something whatever than Griffin Gaming RPG's head at the moment. So yeah, check that out Saturday 3 p.m. Eastern. That's part of Podstat. Well, I gotta change the time maybe because as well, but no longer at 6 p.m. Eastern. He's now at 4 p.m. Yeah, 4 p.m. So, but he might be changing that, so we'll have to wait to update our graphic for that. But that is part of Podstat, and Relay Station is as usual at 9 p.m. Eastern. And also on Sunday, we are having a new so Citizen. Remember the time change is no longer 8 p.m. It's 7 p.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. UTC. And the title of this show is coming up. It's called The Content of Your Character. This is about the review of the new character creator and the impact on roleplay. People hopefully will get the reference of that title, The Content of Your Creator. That'll be on Sunday. So thanks everybody for hanging out. We are going to be rating Troy Grubin. So make sure you send them our love. And with that, peace, love, and soul. Take care, everybody.